December of 2002, a heartbreaking story took the nation by storm. Lacey Peterson, 8 months pregnant, was reported missing by her family. 3 months later, Lacey's remains, as well as her unborn sons, were found washed ashore in the San Francisco Bay. Her husband, Scott Peterson, was arrested on April 13, 2003, and was found guilty of her and her unborn son's murder. He was sentenced to death in 2005, but in 2020, the California Supreme Court overturned his death sentence due to jury selection errors. His conviction, however, still stands and he remains behind bars, serving a life sentence with no parole. Through it all, he continues to claim his innocence. Scott Peterson was born on October 24, 1972 in San Diego, California. Raised by his parents, Lee and Jackie Peterson, he found his comfort in golf and earned a top spot at Arizona State University. After being removed from the golf team for a violation of rules, he transferred to California Polytechnic State University, where he studied agricultural business. While there, he met the woman who would later become his wife. Lacey and Scott Peterson got married in 1997, and in 2002 were expecting a baby boy they planned to name Connor, but everything changed on Christmas Eve. On December 24, 2002, Scott Peterson reported Lacey missing, but suspicions quickly grew after it was revealed he had been having an affair with a woman named Amber Fry. Amber cooperated with detectives and shared that Scott had claimed to be a widower even before Lacey was reported missing.
Okay, first of all, I met Scott Peterson November 20th, 2002. I was introduced to him. I was told he was unmarried. Scott told me he was not married. We did have a romantic relationship. When I discovered he was involved in the Lacey Peterson disappearance case, I immediately contacted the Modesto Police Department.
In April of 2003, a male fetus and a woman's torso were found approximately 1 mile apart washed up on the shoreline. They were later confirmed to be Lacey and Connor. Just days later, Scott Peterson was arrested in San Diego, carrying thousands in cash and multiple cell phones. He was ultimately convicted of first-degree murder in the death of his wife Lacey, and second-degree in the death of their unborn son Connor. Peterson remains in prison to this day, continuing to maintain his innocence.
Scott Peterson seemed to have it all: a college degree, a stable job, and what appeared to be a happy marriage. But prosecutors argued he was overwhelmed by the responsibilities of fatherhood and wished for a different life, one without a wife, a kid, or accountabilities. Scott Peterson's crime is a prime example of the strain theory. The strain theory suggests that society has a set of goals which determine success and that an individual may resort to crime when they are unable to achieve these goals through legitimate ways. In this case, Peterson had an ideal vision of goals and success that excluded the responsibilities of being a husband and a parent. And in his mind, the only way to achieve those goals and vision was through the murder of his wife and unborn son.